Hello YouTube, it's your girl Kimberly. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Sephora 10-year-olds and Ulta Beauty about to take over. So if you want to know more, keep watching. Thank you so much for taking the time to come to my channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on any of the great videos I make for the channel. Beauty, tech, hair care, makeup news, we talk it all. And we want you to be here with us. Also, if you like this video, like the video so I know to make more like it. And hit the notification bell. That way when I post, you will be first to know. So, let's get into it. If you've been anywhere on the internet lately, or if you've been to a Sephora store, what I'm talking about is gonna hit home. Sephora 10-year-old. So in terms of makeup buying, recently I have gone to Sephora to purchase some things. I had a Sephora haul video a week ago. Well, at the time of filming this. And I go to Sephora all the time. It is usually my happy place, and I like shopping for makeup in person. I recently tried to get some foundation online through Ulta, and like it was a horrible, the computer swatch looked different from the product in real life, and it was a horrible experience. And I was like, and this is why my preference for makeup shopping is to go in person. Now don't get me wrong, Sephora.com and Ulta.com will show you that I'm clearly ordering things and getting them straight to the house, but those are usually products that I've tried before or experienced, or it's skincare, body care, or a lipstick or a makeup product that's not skin tone dependent, so I can just order it online. But when it comes to concealers, foundations, contour, blush, there's certain things that I want to see in real life to see how so I can swatch it on my skin and see how it's going to look, right? So with that being said, I go to Sephora, I go to Ulta. In New York, shout out to everybody from New York, we have certain areas where we have both a Ulta and a Sephora that are next to each other. So it's really easy to see the difference and to see how this Sephora 10-year-old situation is becoming an issue at Sephora, but it's not becoming an issue at Ulta. So kind of juxtaposing the two. So if you are familiar with New York, we have 34th Street where a whole bunch of shopping. So there is a Sephora, and then across a major avenue there's a Ulta over there on 34th Street, and then on 86th Street, another street, these are in Manhattan, there's another shopping area on 86th Street where there's a Sephora, there's like a food court in the middle, and then there's an Ulta right next to each other. One thing I noticed about both, the 10-year-olds are not in Ulta. And one, Drunk Elephant is only in Sephora right now. So that's a part of it, that all the kids are going to play with Drunk Elephant. But another thing in my experience is that Ulta has more, I don't know if it's more employees, but their employees have more of a force. When I went to Sephora and I saw the Sephora 10-year-olds with the Drunk Elephant stuff, I was looking around like, okay, who's gonna come back behind them and clean up after them? I know that it's horrible to have to clean up after other people's kids. I absolutely understand that, but I also understand that Sephora wants to make this money, so you have to keep the store up and keep it clean and fix the things that these kids are messing up, because when the person who's coming to swipe their credit card and be VIB Rouge pulls up to the display, it can't look a hot mess. And the Sephora employees just did not have that turnover to be able to keep everything clean from when the kids were coming in and doing their thing. Now granted, when I first started shopping at Sephora, I was also in college, and because I do have a more of a babyish looking face, I will say, even though I'm in even though I was like in my teens, 19, 20, it would be easily to mistaken me for a kid. And often, especially when it was Makeup Forever HD foundation days, and then the associates would be like, you are a child, you do not need full coverage foundation. And I'm like, I'm an adult, give me the makeup. But yeah, so I absolutely understand being young and wanted to be into makeup and to go into the store and try the things. But I would like to think that all of these children have adults in their lives who are going to be teaching them, talking to, and telling them about the things. I I was a shopper since forever, so I was very much the kid that December 26th, I wanted to be at the mall and spending my little gift cards and money that my family and friends gave to me. So I don't have a problem with them being in there and shopping in there, but it's just the behavior. The ex-teacher in me wants to start calling parents, because you can go and play with, and the thing is, especially with the drunk elephant stuff, my personal opinion is that all these skin actives are about to destroy these kids' skin in the future, but that we're gonna wait and see what the full cycle of that is. But ain't no way that 12-year-olds putting retinol on their face is gonna end well, especially since you're not doing the SPF and you're not doing all the other necessary steps that people who using these chemicals on their skin take, because you're a careless child. But also, you can still pump the face lotion and then mix it with the drops on your hand and then put it on your face and get the same experience as people who buy both and do it at home. The idea that you are making ice cream or whatever mixture on the displays is crazy. And I don't think Sephora should lock it up, because people need to try things. But I also think that the employees are just going to have to start to either have like a cleaning schedule for it, or just good customer service of when they walk up to it and be like, sure, you want to try this? Let me hear. I'm going to pick it up and squeeze it on your hand for you. So that way you are not making concoctions with the Sephora displays. A lot of people have been showing TikToks where things are broken, they're a mess, they're not clean. I mean, there's supposed to be a tester for every product for the most part. I mean, not every product, like blow dryers, curling irons, there's no testers. But when it comes to concealers, lipsticks, skincare stuff, there's testers out. So every brand, not just Drunk Elephant, because Charlotte Tilbury is having the same issue too. All of these testers need to be monitored, need to be reviewed, need to be watched, need to be cleaned. Is a shade missing that someone would want to try? Like, this is all a part of keeping the store together. The way that the retail stores are hanging up clothes and folding up shirts, the makeup stores should be cleaning up the displays and making sure all the things have testers and whatnot. Like, even if a concealer sold out and then there is not one available to make a tester or something like that, then I get it. But the fact that like so many testers are missing, like who keeps track of these? Who's watching these things? Like this is a multi-million-dollar, especially in New York. Our stores are making bank. It's nothing for people to be in. It's nothing to see 10 people in line and each one of the 10 people spend at least $200, $300 at Sephora. Like, especially if people are getting like the skincare sets around the holiday time, y'all are making money. Clean the store, keep it up. The best defense, oh, this is hilarious, because when I worked at Finish Line when I was a teenager, one of the things they taught us, the best defense against theft is customer service. And as much as it sounds so corny, it's actually true. If there were Sephora employees walking around circling all over the place, then these kids would feel less comfortable tearing our store up. And because sometimes it just takes, I mean, there's some kids that are about that life and they're just going to destroy the stuff, but then there's other kids that are doing it as like a act of opportunity. And if somebody would have been over their shoulder like, hey, can I help you? Like, are you interested? Tell me about some of your skincare concerns and let's talk about if this is good for you. Like, are you suffering with crow's feet and wrinkles around your eyes? Like, this stuff is not even their target demographic, which is also hilarious to me. But anyway, so I will say I don't want people to automatically like attack and feel bad, because it's like we want the young people. This is the next generation of beauty. Like, we should want them there and in the mix. But also it's important that they understand that we're all responsible for like sharing these things and using it together. So let's try to be, there's ways for us to try it and still enjoy the experience of testing the makeup without tearing the store up. And also Sephora needs to keep it clean and monitor what's going on. because I also don't want to see, I know there's a lot of malls now that are starting to have these store policies where it's like if you're in the mall and you're under 16 and you don't have an adult, you can't come in here. Like I don't want to see that, but I also don't want Sephora to be a mess. So I don't know what the in-between is. If you are, I would actually love to hear from, because it's also now, I feel like the kids are going to be a target where it's like, if a child comes into Sephora, people automatically going to be like, are you tearing up the store like the kids on TikTok? And that's not fair either, because, you know, innocent until proven guilty. Just because they're in Sephora doesn't mean they're breaking stuff or messing it up. And also, I mean, especially for drugstore testers, if you go to Target and buy makeup, there's no tester, so you literally just have to go off faith and you might waste your money. So places like Ulta and having Sephora collection for cheaper is really, really cool in order to have that opportunity to try it on, and it's a drugstore product. So thank you so much for coming to my channel to talk about this. If you've seen I'm going to do a different video for the Ulta takeover, because there's a little more in depth in terms of Ulta's good versus Sephora bad that I want to talk about. So that's going to be the next video. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button, and we'll see you next time. All right,